Hey there, folks. It is actually a lot cooler today, which makes it perfect for me to continue working on my bike. Hopefully, my phone won't tap out on me because I've actually waited a couple of days because it was too hot. I couldn't film, everything stopped, and so I just took a couple of lazy days barbecuing, went to the beach, visited friends, and well, everything. But here goes, we'll continue. So the main difference between this bike, which is an older bike, than a modern bike, is that you have this quill stem where the stem and the reach is in the same piece, and in here is a screw, I'll show you later, that connects to an expander down here, and I'll show you how that works. So on a modern bike you have this piece, it's separated from this piece, so you just put it on like that, and then you have a crown nut in here that keeps the fork and the stem in place, and then you have the separate stem piece here. So the fork is actually just a tube going through up here, and then you have the stem here. That also means that if you want to take the handlebars off this one, you have to actually strip the handlebars in order to get it off, because you have to pull it through this piece here. But in order to get it off, on this bike at least, it's an Allen key, goes in there, and you just release it. No, wait, that's the other way around. No, wait, just a sec. There we go. Just got confused there for a while. So it comes off like this. I haven't fastened the handlebars, so they're wobbling around, but it comes off like this, and I think it's almost there. There we go. It's just a matter of unscrewing it, putting it somewhere safe, and then the handlebars just slide off like so. And I do need to pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. And then the bend. It's the thing about working with one hand, filming with the other, just for you people. I think I have to put my phone down because I need to hold on to things while I'm pulling it out. So just a sec. Just a bend, I had to pull a little bit. So handlebar is off, and if I put it on my table here like this, I think that you can see that it's actually slightly off on this side, so it is bent, not by much, but it is. Actually this side is worse, so it's not even. You can't really notice it, but it feels a little bit uneven when you ride your bike, so I think I'll have to replace it. Okay. Moving on to the fork. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of stiff now. It's because this is the old type of cup and cone bearings. There's a cup in this end, I'll show you when I take it apart, and then there are bearing balls, and then a cone that goes into it. No, cup, sorry, this is the cup, and there's a cone in here, and it's the same way down here. There's a cup, this is the cup, and then there's a cone in the fork and ball bearings. Probably what's happened now is that you have to be kind of careful when you tighten this, but this bike has been sitting out in the sun for days, so probably things have expanded, and that's why it's really stiff now. And there goes my messenger again. I'm sorry about that. I actually tried to turn it off, but it didn't work. So here's the front fork, and as I mentioned, this is a threaded fork. Today they use a more modern version with sealed bearings. This has, as I said, a cup and a cone, and in here there's a race with caged bearings, and the steerer stem, quill stem it's called a quill stem. It actually goes into the fork and has a spline in here instead of the fork having a tube coming up through, and then you put your stem on top, and then you put a crown, you put a nut into the, there's a crown nut in here, and you put a screw in there, sorry, and a cap that keeps everything in place. So here instead you have a quill stem that expands in here, and we'll take that off. And first of all, you have to take off this dust cap. There's an Allen bolt in there. I'll just get my Allen bolt. I think it was this size. It's a 5mm. It was not. It is a 8mm one. And you just unscrew it. Just okay. This once again is a point where I have to put my phone down because I only have 2 of these, and this one is occupied by holding the phone, so I'll put it down, I'll loosen the nut, and then I'll show you. There we go, I've loosened it. Just unscrew this, and hopefully nothing is stuck in here. Now it's loose, I think. Just try and get it out. Come on. Okay, so I need to put my phone down again. And now it's completely loose. And you just pull it out like so. And here you see, let's put it on the table. You see the spline here. So when the bolt goes down, this actually slides down like this, and as you can see, it expands. So that's what's keeping the steering stem in place. And it needs to be probably cleaned and everything, but it's actually in good shape. I will polish it up and reuse it. It's a bit racy for a everyday bike, but I want to keep the costs as low as possible. I don't want to replace stuff that works because there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I have to buy anyway, so I'll keep this, polish it up, make it look nice, and put it back on. So I've loosened it. I can probably just hold on to it with my hand and unscrew this. Now there is a slight chance that the fork will just fall down here, so I'll do this acrobatic stunt where I try to hold it with my foot, and I unscrew this bolt here. Comes off. Nope, doesn't fall down yet. There's a washer. I would suggest that you put all your stuff in the order that you take it off, so you know when you put it back, you know which order that you need to put it back. Of course, this is going to be put in a bag like the rest of the stuff, and so I'll take a picture of it so I know the exact order of everything. Then you unscrew this. I need to loosen it with my adjustable wrench. Just a sec. There actually happened to be a second washer here, and as you can see, it has a little pin or something here. It goes into, there's a groove right there, so when it goes on, it needs to fit in that groove. So we'll just put it over here, then I'll keep turning this, and the fork wheel, as you can see, it starts to move up and down. I'll just hold it in place with my foot. Of course, once again, this is way easier when you have two hands available. But the things I do for you viewers, I can't believe it. Okay, here it comes. I'll just put my knee inside the fork and unscrew this completely. There it goes. There's the race where there's a caged bearing in there. So I'll just hold this in one hand, and as you can see, the fork comes off, and there's a second caged bearing the other end, which races in this cone. Just put that there and that there, and that's how you get the front fork off. Now I think, I don't remember that somewhere along these races there is a little dent or dimple or something, because these can get worn. You can pry these out. I'll see what I do. I'm not sure. If I do get it out, it'll be easier when I paint the bike, because I don't have to mask this off. And then this one should come off. This has been off once, and if you can see in here, you see there's a small little lip here, or ledge, and I'll just carefully tap it so that I can get this crown off. But I think I do need both hands for that. Now we'll try to use the screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and if you can see the lip that I showed you before, I'll just try and place it on the edge and tap it with my hammer. I am going to need both hands, and hopefully I'll get that off. It's been off before because this was badly damaged when I bought the bike originally, so I bought these new. These are Shimano ones. I am thinking about exchanging them for Campagnolo, just for the whole, complete set thing, but I'm not sure. I am trying to keep costs down, so possibly I'll use this again. So I'll try and tap this out and show you. Turned out to be very kind to me. Just a few taps, and possibly has to do with that I greased it when I put it in. Remember to always use grease when there's a chance of things seizing up, like this seat post, for instance. It is, as I said, it's like the Trump administration. It's stuck. This is what it looks like on the inside. As you remember, it goes over the fork like this, and the bearings go like that.